Now, there's been a poll twist when it comes to the Congress presidential polls. And Shashi Tharoor camp has now written to Madhusudhan Mistry alleging irregularities in the conduct of election in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now, the Tharoor camp has alleged that there was a use of unofficial seals of ballot boxes, and they have also claimed the presence of unofficial people at the polling booths. So that entire thing, when it comes to the presidential polls, the Congress party only gets interesting by every passing day. Here we are talking about the state of Uttar Pradesh, where the polling was going on, and now we are told that the Shashi Tharoor camp has written to Madhusudhan Mistry. They, in fact, are alleging irregularities in the elections, the way they were being conducted in the state of Uttar Pradesh. They also mentioned that unofficial seals were used on the ballot box, and this is what their letter really says. And they also claim that people who were not authorized personnel were present at the polling booths. So, sort of a booth capturing complaint that has been put forth by the Shashi Tharoor camp when it comes to the state of Uttar Pradesh. We'd see what really comes out of it now that they have written to Madhusudhan Mistry. We're trying to pick in more details on how much of truth and how much of water does this argument really hold, because these complaints are really severe. They are talking about unofficial seals that were used on the ballot box, and also the presence of unauthorized personnel in the polling booth. That's something might just get in and would not go down well. It can't augur well when it comes to the polls. It can't be free and fair. We'd see if there is repolling or not. However, this is a massive allegation that has been made by Shashi Tharoor camp. My colleague Pallavi has brought us those inputs, is joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, these are huge allegations. What happens next?
Well, I mean, ideally, this was a letter which actually was handed over yesterday to election authority. The elections clearly have not been put on hold, because even as we speak, the counting is still going on inside the counting booth, which is just right behind me. What action more is going to be taken? Well, that's something we are going to be waiting for the election authority to make that announcement, because they are going to do a press conference later this way. But it clearly cast a shadow over the entire poll process. In fact, when I spoke to Salman Soz earlier this morning, as he came inside the Congress office, he's also the election agent for Shashi Tharoor, he said there are lots of scope for improvement, and at the end of the day, the entire process was not done in a free and fair manner. And these are some very, very serious allegations from unauthorized people, from being inside the counting polling booth to, you know, the way the seals have been put. So essentially, it's cast a shadow inside the poll process. And you know, the worst part is that the Congress party since morning has been flaunting the fact that unlike the other political parties, they are at least holding elections. This is certainly going to give ammunition to the opposition, who are going to say it was such an opposition as an opposition to a Congress party, which is the BJP, which will say that so much of our elections is actually turning out to be a complete sham.
Right. Pallavi, stay on with me. Let's play out that interview that you've taken of Salman Soz, and then I'll come back to you.
Tharoor also in a press conference said that there was a preferential treatment which was given out. You know, I know you're saying it's a friendly battle, but at the end of the day, is that one remorse you're going to have?
We will not regret at all that we contested this election. This election is going to pave the way for others to come up in the future, and I think that is going to be good.
But do you think it's not been completely fair and above board?
No, it's not. The point is that we, going into this election, we knew that, you know, in some ways, Dr. Tharoor would be kind of, to some extent, targeted as a relative newcomer to the party. But let's just say that there's a lot of room for improvement.
But you also have concerns about the day of the polling as well, right?
Like I said, we communicate with the Chief Election Authority regularly, including on election day. We don't write because we have not, you know, it's not a love letter, as I said.